There you go. Good morning, everybody. We were ready, weren't we?
I was fixing my hair earlier. I thought I'd put it on video, but I didn't.
I'm picking on Audra because I've been up for a few hours, so I'm ready to go, and she's just like, good morning. I'm coming.
I'm coming along. See, I have my coffee.
Yes. The only problem is...
Oh, Lord, it's decaf.
It's decaf.
Let me pretend to be happy, okay?
Oh my goodness, you guys.
That's awesome.
I am on a little bit of a non-caffeinated kick right now because of my health. I'm just wanting to make sure some things are hunky-dory. So I guess the way mama goes, everybody has to kind of go. And so thank you for drinking. But this is good organic decaf, so we're good. I'm going to take a sip of mine too because I made myself some. Anyway, it is so good to be with you guys this morning. It's so good to be here with you again.
Yeah,
it's been a little while.
I know. They locked me back up. Finally let me out. Freedom is really nice for the few days I've had it. I'm teasing.
You know what's hilarious? She's been so busy. There was a season, not quite like in the last couple of days, but a few weeks ago. She was so busy. She's like, I just want to be home with y'all. Almost like, lock me up. So I know the truth in there.
Sorry, I like to joke.
Oh, we love it. We love it. We love it. Well, listen, we are talking about discipleship. And one of the things that I guess I want to demystify is discipling children. And a lot of times you go, wait, what? Isn't that what church does? Like, isn't that why we take our kids to church? Isn't that why most of our young adults have a drug problem where we have drugged them to church all these years so that they can get discipled, right? Like, that's the whole point of that, right? No, not at all. It is our job as individual believers to disciple our children or the children in our world, if that makes sense. So church comes alongside, and I can say this because I'm a pastor, okay? Church comes alongside what parents are doing in order to help them along the journey. But it is not the church's responsibility to disciple our kids. Boy, I just came out of there with like, let's do this,
Good
right?
morning, everyone.
You better go get your coffee too.
It's true though. I mean, just because you send your kids to church or
Sunday
even
school.
A Christian school
Right.
doesn't mean, look, I went to a private Christian university. I went to a Bible college. Not everybody was there to learn about Jesus. So I know, that's a shock. It's always such a shock, isn't it? But you can't assume that just because you send your kids somewhere that they're actually getting what they need. And I went to church in the 90s, like probably the heyday of discipleship, because I joke around with people that like I was discipled at church when that was like a thing people took really seriously. And I'm very thankful for it, but it still doesn't substitute what happens at home. So
a big thing, just remember this. How did God design things to work? How did he design it to work? And so when we engage with the way he designed it to work, then it's going to go great. So you might be watching, you might be a mom or a dad. You might be a grandma. You might be an auntie or an uncle. You might be the neighbor lady that all the kids love hanging out at your house because you have snacks. Okay? Whoever you are, it is really an opportunity for you to sow seeds into children's lives. Guys, I remember being a kid, and I can tell you there was a handful, 5 people maybe, that made an impression on me, that took the time to get down on my level, like literally physically come down and look at me at eye level, take the time to chat with me, to find out what my interests were. And just by doing that, they would, and then they'd say something like, well, how's it going in school? And if I ever had anything like, well, they would encourage me, they would love on me, they would bring some mature perspective there. I was between 6 and 10. I can tell you, a handful of people that took the time to do that.
Yeah.
Some of them were young adults.
Mm.
Most of them were young adults.
Oh, wow.
Not all of them were actual, like, grown-ups, like mamas and daddies and parents and all of that. It wasn't those people. It was mainly the young adults who were starting to realize they were on fire for God too.
Wow.
On fire for Jesus. And those are the people, I can still remember them, that actually sowed these seeds of excitement about Jesus into my life. And all of those people I met once.
Whoa.
Yes.
That's a big impact.
They were not even people that were in my life day in and day out.
Wow.
Okay, so I know what an impact we have if we'll just take the time to look at kids. Now, okay, I'm gonna be I'm gonna be super raw and real here. Okay, if there's a kid that's 11, 12 and up, and they kind of have a sign on their forehead that says "Don't talk to me," I have a hard time with that. Like I almost don't talk to them simply because of that that posture. But if we, and I'm like totally talking to me here, if I just remember I used to be that kid. Now I think maybe my demeanor was a little different, but who knows? I mean, kids are just kids. They're stuck in their world, right? They're literally stuck in their world. And so if we can go to them and kind of cut through some of that and not take any of that personally, I'm preaching to me here, then I know that I can sow something just by showing them that I care and that there's more to life than being stuck in your life, right? Yeah. So anyway, do you have anything to say? I see the look.
That was just like, this is a very powerful conversation.
Okay, good, awesome.
No, I guess maybe I was thinking about, I think I just don't care about people's faces. I just say hi. I don't know if that's just something, I was like, oh yeah, we have kids at our church like that. I think they look at me like that. I think I still hug them.
Yeah.
But it is hard.
For you.
I mean, but it's hard though, because you do have to, you still see people's face, but sometimes you have to just make the determination, like your face may be saying one thing, but I know that it's not true.
I know what you need.
Yeah.
I know what you need, whether you realize it or not, whether you want it or not. I know what you need, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it gets tougher because I feel like a lot of times now, like kids are used to adults not paying any attention to them.
Yes.
So they act like adults don't pay any attention to them.
Well, and if you do pay attention to them, it's almost like stranger danger.
Yeah.
And you're like, we've been going to church for a while now, or I know who you are and your parents, and you know who I am, and you know that I'm your friend's mom. you know, that kind of a thing. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean that's it. It would just, and even like you don't have to pretend. Look, I don't pretend to be on all the things, I am technically on TikTok and all the fun things people talk about, but you can't even let like, oh, I don't know what I would talk to them about. Like, hello is a perfectly reasonable thing. How are you?
How can I convey I care?
Yeah. It doesn't have to be like, I watched the video on the reels and like, I mean, if you can, sure, but if it's, maybe just take that away is what I'm saying. Like, don't let that be something
that limits you.
That I can't relate.
Roadblock.
Yeah, I can't relate to you because we don't have anything in common. Because that's another lie that's kind of floating around right now. Is like, you can't relate to kids because you don't have anything in common and they don't care about what you care about. Like, I mean, I see what you're saying to a point, but you were also a kid. You're also just a human being. Yeah. So that's a lot in common. I don't know if you have anything to add to that.
I do, because I just had, and I don't think he's watching right now, but my son Caleb happened to just go to a youth event. And there was a lady there whom we call Grandma T. Grandma T is a beautiful, in her 80s, lovely lady who I guess was one of the Sunday school teachers when Caleb and our family, when we started going to that church. And it's not that we don't go to that church anymore. We started another campus of that church. So when we get to go back and visit, it's phenomenal. We haven't seen Grandma T in a long time. Grandma T was there that night. Yeah. And she was writing the kids' names down with one simple action. Do you know, secret here, what the most important word in the in language is for a person? It's their name. Yes.
Yes.
So she was over there making sure that their names were written correctly. And when Caleb came up, she stopped. She was just like, Caleb, I know how to spell that name. You were a phenomenal boy in my class a long time ago, and I know how to spell your name. Guys, he floated out of there like someone remembers me and it's good.
Wow.
And they know how to spell my name and they know who I am. I can't tell you, like, I'm getting teary-eyed. I can't tell you what an impact that had on my kid who's 13.
Yeah.
Right? And if he doesn't know people, he's quiet.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the posture of don't talk to me, but he is just a quiet guy.
Yeah.
But oh my word, that was so impacting. Those little seeds constantly being sown into our kids' lives.
Yeah.
And any young person around you is what is going to impact, right? Because they know you. They know you stand for Jesus, you stand for the gospel. They know that you've got it. You're the real deal, especially when you just pay attention to them. So discipleship doesn't necessarily mean sit down, here's a notebook, I'm going to teach you, I'm reading the Bible to you. Like, it can mean that, but it doesn't have to mean that every time. So a verse that I did have in my heart, and I'm sorry, I don't remember the address. I think it's in Deuteronomy. If Brad were here, he'd be able to rattle it off.
I think it's Deuteronomy 6, if you're going
to. Is that okay? So it says, you know what? The Lord was giving the Israelites instructions on how they were supposed to teach the coming generations about him, about his ways. Why? Because the whole world around them had nothing to do with God. They were completely different. Like, completely different. So they had to learn how to be Israelites, and then they had to teach their kids how to be Israelites. Israelites meaning God's people. Okay, so this is how God said to do that. And is there a lot of correlation with where we're at today? The whole world around us has nothing, like no context whatsoever. But if we have to learn how to be Christ followers, and this is how we pass that on to our children. Okay, so he said, you know, you will talk of my precepts. You will talk about me and who I am and how I do things when they wake up, when they go to bed, when they're on the way, when you're on the way, in other words, walking to and from, or we would say driving to and from the store and all this stuff, and the sun is coming in and giving us a beautiful halo. Oh my, let's,
there we go.
That might be a little better. So there you have it. Oh my goodness. You know what? Let's pull back. I'm sorry, but if you can't really see us, then you can't really see us.
This is the greatest live ever.
Greatest live ever. Okay, we're back.
All right.
Better. You can see us now. Okay. Technical difficulties. Anyways, I was saying, when you're on the way, when you come in, when you go out, when you're doing things together, right? The biggest thing is just talk to each other. Just whenever you are with them. If I'm cooking in the kitchen, I am bringing something up. Now, does that mean that I make everything sound churchy and religious? Not at all. I am constantly just talking about, hey, bud, did you enjoy doing your science project? Yeah, I loved it. Isn't that cool how God designed all those flowers? I mean, my goodness. And then you went outside and picked me some flowers and made me feel so special. Do you know that's how God feels when we praise him? My goodness, like, amazing. Anyway, pass me the cheese. Like, honestly, that is discipleship on a daily, right? Audra, I know that you're a mama to like 16 beautiful African children. Kenyan, most of them, right?
Kenyan,
And so when you're there with them, do you, how would you say, just paint a picture of what discipleship, and I'm really trying to demystify this word for us, because our young people need us to engage with them. If they can engage with us, if they can get to us, they can get to God. Right? And I want you to keep that in your mind. Okay, I'm going to come over here and get my coffee because we were dropping our cameras. So go ahead and tell us.
Well, it's interesting because we do have a, Christian-based children's home. And so discipleship there it is playtime. And honestly, just for me, it's just they want to spend time with me. So, and I'm not always home. So I have to make sure I'm very much around when I'm home. Like around for them to see me, even if I just sit outside with my book or do whatever. Or they love to play soccer, so I might try to get out. I tried to get out more often than not and play football with them. That's what they call soccer.
Yes.
And I tried
Everywhere else in the world.
everywhere else in the world.
Soccer
True.
is football.
Yeah. So they like to do that, or like they want to, you know, play jump rope, or they just want you to see them. They want to come over and just, they love to play like song games. So they just will sing these little songs, or I want to show you the song we learned at Sunday school. So they'll all just start singing and just stand in front of you and like give you a little presentation. So that's something that we do. But then at night, they actually have, I'm hoping it's still going on when I'm not there, discipleship every evening. So they come in for like 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, and they sit and we do a Bible lesson and we talk about it.
Nice.
And we do that every day.
Ooh, I like that.
If we can, we also have a time where that's where you do presentations. What songs who has a poem they want to sing? Who has a song that they learned at school? And if it's a whole grade, you know, I have kids in like the same grade. So it'll be like, oh, at grade 4, come stand up here and sing us the song. And that's not always Christian song, but they'll just get up and, you know. One little boy, he loves to recite his poetry. He'll stand up and he'll say, hi, my name is Caleb Nafula. And he'll just start writing, you know, he'll read you these poems about how awesome his mom and dad is for sending him to this school. And how, that's what the poem is about. And so he can stand up and recite it. And we do that in the evenings together.
That's nice.
And then we pray and we send them off to bed because they get up early for school. So that's kind of what we do.
How easy is that?
Yeah.
I'm serious. How easy is that? We just turn off the TV and hey guys, okay, we got to watch something unwind. Sure. Okay, now for the next 30 minutes, I want us to read a story from the Word, and then let's just chat about it. Right? Hey, what are your thoughts about that? And of course, it's different ages. You know, for different ages, you would do different things. But how easy is that? Just to create the biggest thing is just to create that culture of we make space to talk. And you know, to talk about God and about His Word.
It's amazing too. I found when we did that every day, that when we had to have corrective talks, like discipline talks, like that was wrong, you shouldn't do those things. You know, why are you not doing your chores? Why is your school clothes looking so bad when you're supposed to be, you know, tending to them? That those went a little bit easier.
I'm sure.
If I had spent time with them.
I'm sure.
Because they needed to feel like I wasn't just coming home and correcting them all the time.
Chop, it's all business.
And there was a season where it felt like that. I was really busy with ministry stuff. And I wasn't around, but I was getting all of the disciplinary questions. We need to talk to so-and-so about this. We need to talk to so. And it was just like, this is not sustainable.
I got you.
Like, this is just rough.
Isn't that amazing?
Like,
okay.
But if we connected, I don't know if you feel the same way, like when you feel connected, just even in every day, like just about God and life and whatever, when those times of, because you know, discipleship is also correction. So it's not like discipline and discipleship are like different things. I know that's a big hairy subject for people. Nobody wants you to tell them how to discipline their kids. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not even telling you what we did.
I'll tell you what to do.
She will. I don't talk to people about that.
I wrote a book about it.
She did.
The book.
So, but what I'm saying is I just found that the more connected we were, heart to heart,
absolutely,
the easier it was for the correction.
Absolutely.
So,
and that's how God designed it to be. Because when we are more connected to our Heavenly Father, is it not much easier to hear any word of correction? Because we know Him. We know it's coming from a place of love. We know it's coming from a place of He wants the best for us. Right? We know Him. So absolutely. Okay. Well, we're gonna wrap it up here, but I just want to encourage you once again. Your kids might be 30. Your kids might be 20. Your kids might be 2. It doesn't. You might not have kids. You might be an auntie. You might be the next door neighbor. Take the time. Just think of, Lord, what kind of a seed can I sow? And you know, over time, that's exponential. Exponential. let's just say that you're a lady and you get to see so-and-so's child once every, maybe your coworker's grandchild every 3 days. Okay. What would happen if every time you saw that child, you had a word in season for them?
Yes.
You took a moment, 30 seconds, to look them in the eye, ask them how their day is, help them kind of not wiggle out of it. Actually make it a point. No, I'm here and I'm not going anywhere. Talk to me. No, I actually do want you to say something back to me. Don't just let them walk off, and they need that. That's discipleship too.
Yeah.
Right? That's discipleship, where you have them, no, for real. I'm actually expecting an answer here. How are you? What did you do this week? Did you have any friends, new friends or old friends go, or anything that you can think of that might be a challenge in their life, whatever, a point of connection? What you're looking for is the key to their heart.
Yes.
If you chit chat with them long enough, they will absolutely hand you the keys to their heart.
Yeah.
And from that point, you can steward that and treasure that and unlock their beautiful heart and sow seeds of the gospel, sow seeds of encouragement and inspiration, but mainly love. Yes. This is who God is for you. I care and I notice. I see you. I see you. Right? Don't we all want to be seen and noticed? Yes. Exactly. So, okay. Well, thank you guys for joining us. I did send out, finally, our e-magazine. It's every 2 months.
Yes.
So if you did not get that and you want that, please drop a comment. I will do whatever I need to do to send that to you. Awesome. It is for our supporters, people who are actually just partners. Supporters is one aspect of it, but really it's our partners, people who love what we're doing, want to see more of what we're doing, are behind what we're doing, encourage us in what we're doing, and support and pray for us and all of that. And so if you haven't yet signed up, then just go to thehollemans.com. That's our website, and go all the way to the bottom, subscribe for that newsletter. You will not, because I haven't set it up to do this, you will not get welcome emails and 3 emails a day and all that. I have not set it up to do that.
I love you. That's awesome.
Yeah. And actually, when I wrote this last email, it was very Selena, because this is what it said. Hi, I'm so glad you're here. Brad has a message just for you. Click here to watch. We did something about youth, click here to watch. Like, it's literally Selena bottom line.
I love it.
Because I don't like getting emails that have all this text. I'm like, glaze over. No. So you get me in short form there. And I love you, and that's why I'm doing it that way. Okay, it's my best for you. Anyway, thank you for joining us. And we'll see you here tomorrow. We might be able to continue this conversation on tomorrow. But we just don't know. So you'll have to hop on to see what in the world the Hollemans are up to now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
See you later. Bye-bye.